Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Ursula Bailey, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to lucid dream. The tips and techniques that I'm sharing in this video are super beginner friendly, so make sure you stay tuned. So when I was about 8 years old, I got this idea in my head. What would it be like to wake up inside my dream? And at the time I had never heard of lucid dreaming. I didn't even know if that was possible. However, I kind of just got this idea in my head. So I just remember I used to always tell my friends, like little 8-year-olds like me, that I was practicing waking up inside my dream, and they used to give me the weirdest looks. Unfortunately, I don't remember having any lucid dreams as a child. I'm sure I did. They say that you have more non-physical experiences like lucid dreaming and astral projection when you're younger. I just don't remember that, and I didn't really start lucid dreaming properly until my late teens. I never really had any guidance or anything like that. I never had any tips or techniques. I just had my mind really set on this idea. So that really is the first tip, is that you've got to want it and you've got to set that intention and really dedicate some time to it. The more you think about lucid dreaming, the more it centers on your subconscious mind. And when something starts to imprint on your subconscious mind, then you can't help it from happening. There's kind of no stopping it. Especially in the dream state where your subconscious mind is very dominant. If you've got it in your head that you want to lucid dream, or as I always said as a kid, wake up inside your dream, then it's going to imprint on your subconscious mind, and then that's going to come through to the dream state. So my first tip is always to make sure that you really set the intention, you really want it, and you're really gonna dedicate some time to it. This is something that may take practice, you know, like when you're dreaming, it feels real. It feels like nothing's amiss, which is strange because in the dream state, you're having all these weird things happen, and it's funny that you never really put two and two together that, okay, this is not how things were, you know, half an hour ago or an hour ago or whenever you went to bed. The second thing you want to do to really make lucid dreaming second nature is to make sure that you're doing reality checks. So basically there's going to be times throughout your day where you really need to check and see if you're dreaming. If someone was to ask you right now, are you dreaming? You would be like, no, of course not. But the thing is that you would also say that in a dream, because the dream reality feels so real. You want to do little things to just check whether you're dreaming or you're awake. Now, the most common reality check that we hear is to check your hands. This is because your hands always look different in the dream state. So if you looked at your hands during the dream state, they would have more fingers or less fingers, or they'd be melting or a different color. So as a reality check, throughout the day, check your hands and count your fingers. Now, if you can do this, say 10 times a day, then it's going to be really good, because this is going to make an imprint on your subconscious mind to the point where you're also checking your hands in the dream state. And if you automatically check your hand in the dream state and you see that your fingers look out of the ordinary, then it's an immediate indicator that you're dreaming, and then you can move straight into a lucid dream. Another thing that I like to do is sometimes I just write a letter A on my hand, and A stands for awake. So I don't actually have to consciously remember to check, it's just there. And you look at your hands so many times throughout the day and just don't even really think about it. So if you've always got something on your hands, like a letter A, for example, to tell you that you're awake, then you're always going to have that reminder. You're going to get really used to seeing it on your hand, and when you don't see it, you're really going to stop and go, hang on a minute, am I dreaming? So those are just a few ways that you might do a reality check, but the main gist of it is that you want to do something so many times throughout the day that it becomes imprinted on your subconscious mind, and you start to do it in the dream state as well, or you start to notice something in the dream state as well, and that can work as a trigger to let you know that you are dreaming. So the next tip for inducing a lucid dream is to use trigger points. Now, what I'm talking about is using reoccurring dreams, reoccurring themes, locations, to clue you in that you are dreaming. So for me, my recurring dreams are tsunamis. I always dream of tsunamis, and elevators. So it's using those trigger points to check if you're dreaming. So now I know if I see a tsunami, it's time to check if I'm dreaming. If I'm in an elevator, then it's time to check if I'm dreaming. And again, I can use my hand or the little A on my hand. I can kind of block my nose and see if I can breathe. So use those kind of trigger points. Really think about what reoccurring dreams or themes you might be experiencing. The other thing you can do is use nightmares as a trigger point. Usually when you have a nightmare, it is very far from reality. So if you're dreaming about zombies or being in an apocalypse or a scary monster, whatever it might be, those scary triggers are a great way for you to gain lucidity. And it's great as well because if the dream is really stressing you out and you realize, hang on a minute, this can't be real, maybe it's a dream, do your reality check, then you're in a position where you don't actually have to experience that scary situation anymore. You can get rid of it. And sometimes I will even say to my dream characters, if they're annoying me, hang on a minute, this is my dream. You have to do what I say. And if you do that in a scary situation, it's quite funny because your dream characters will just kind of be like, oh, okay, bye. So the last super easy, super beginner lucid dreaming tip I have is to break up your sleeping pattern. So that might be either to wake up for a bit during the night, you know, set your alarm, get up for a bit, go and have some water, go to the bathroom, whatever it may be, and then go back to sleep. Or it could be that you take a day nap. Anything that's kind of out of the ordinary. Change your sleeping pattern up a little bit. Recently, I was talking to a friend who has just taken a job as a fitness instructor, and part of her job is that she has to go to work super early in the morning, so I think it's maybe 4, maybe even earlier, and then she comes home at about 6 o'clock in the morning. So she told me that this one day she came home and she was really tired and she decided to take a little nap. She couldn't sleep for too long because she had other work to do during the day, and so she set her alarm for 7:30. So she was giving herself an hour and a half nap. Subconsciously, because she knew that she couldn't go into a super deep sleep and kind of do, 4 or 5 hours, she kind of kept drifting in and out. And she told me that she had the most amazing and most conscious lucid dream she has ever had in her life. So a morning nap can be great if you have the time and the availability. Make it work around your schedule, but if you wanted to, you could get up at say 4 or 5 and do some light exercise or whatever, and then go back to bed for a nap at say 6 or 7. All of these tips that I have given you really center on falling asleep and being able to regain consciousness while inside the dream. But there is also a lucid dreaming technique where you don't have that lapse in consciousness, and that's called the wild technique, which stands for wake-induced lucid dreaming. Some people also refer to it as phasing. And in that technique, you go to bed and lie really, really still, relax and let your body go to sleep. And soon after it does, you kind of get some dream imagery that starts to come forth into your mind's eye, and you can go into the lucid dream state that way. In my opinion, phasing or wild is a little bit more advanced, so I will kind of leave it at that, and I might go deeper into that subject in another video. But just to go over the tips again that I've listed in this video, and these are the smallest little changes that you can kind of implement into your day to help you increase your chances of having a lucid dream. So number 1 is setting the intention. So really having the desire to experience lucid dreaming, letting it come through on the forefront of your subconscious mind by consuming lucid dream type content, maybe books or videos like this one. Number 2, reality checks. Looking at your hands, counting your fingers, asking yourself, am I awake right now? Number 3, trigger points. Using recurring dreams, locations, or even nightmares. Like I said, for me, it's tsunamis. So whenever I see a tsunami now, it's a good indicator that I'm in a dream, and I can do my reality check from there. And finally, number 4, breaking up your sleep pattern. So thinking of ways that you can make little changes to your regular sleep routine, taking naps, waking yourself up in the middle of the night, things like that. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed these tips. I'm really excited for you to start implementing some of these, and please let me know in the comments how you get on. I always love hearing about your non-physical experiences, whether that be through the lucid dream state, astral projection, whatever it may be. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to make sure that you are kept up to date with the latest videos related to the exploration of consciousness or spirituality or whatever it may be. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will talk to you again soon.